And I have a whole bunch of really cool things to be showing you guys today. It's going to be a really special episode of Would You Rather, where I'm going to be showing two boxes of the mini boxes that I moved when I came to this new location. And basically, I'm going to show some pretty cool stuff. And we're going to play a game. It's going to be a game. We're going to pick two boxes. I actually have to move a bit of stuff to show you it properly. I'm going to just turn the camera a bit so you guys can see. Hello for all those people that are entering. If you put your name, if you comment, I will say hello to you. I'll shout you out because, yeah. Now, the two boxes that I'm going to show are actually buried, like right now. They're underneath all these other comics. So I'm going to move these other comics out of the way so that you guys can see the two boxes. One sec here. Just move these all out of the way. So it's almost like a reveal for the comic boxes that I'm going to be showing. So let's move all these out of the way. Some really great books that were in front of them. Okay, almost there, almost there. Just got a few more things to move. Lots of stuff in the way. And then I got to move all my slides up top here. Alright, so these are the two boxes. I want to make them sort of a secret boxes so that nobody would see them until I was ready to show them. And pull these off. Okay. Alright. So there. Everything's cleaned up. So we got two boxes. So I gotta flip this one around a bit. And this one. These are the two boxes. So we got box number 90 and box number 83. So I'll just zoom down there. Just aim it like that so you can see the two boxes. So box 90 and box 83. These are the two boxes I'm going to be showing. So Lyle, welcome to the show. So hi Lyle. Gustava, hi. And Sean, hi. So yeah, so happy Sunday to you too. So these are the two boxes that I'm going to show for the Would You Rather. So we got this first box is box 90. And in box 90, according to my notes, this is why it's a really fun game because I don't know what's inside these boxes either. Because my notes that I write on them are pretty cryptic. And I don't often know what, even though it's me that wrote it, sometimes I don't even know what my notes mean. So it's always fun. So I got Batman, All-Star, Harley Quinn, Bullet Man, and America's Best. Now, actually, I know what this box is just based on that, strangely, because of the way I added the comics to this box. But so this is Batman, All-Star, Harley Quinn, Bullet Man, America's Girl, and that's box America's Best. That's box 90. So that's your first choice. Now your second choice is Hulk, Daredevil, Archie Slabs. Okay, so that's the two boxes, and you got to decide based on those kind of weird descriptions, which box would you rather have? Like if you had to grab one box, it's like a house is burning down, and you only had a few seconds, and you could only pick one box. Which box would you choose? Would you pick box 90, or would you rather pick box 83? So of the two boxes. So that's the game. You can put in the comments which box you would rather pick, and we'll see who picked the better box. That's basically the game. It's a pretty lame game, but I find it fun. So yeah, so box 83 or box 90. Okay, so put your comments. Okay, so Lyle, he picked box 83. Okay. And Gustavo picked box 90. So a little bit of a battle between the two boxes. Which one will get picked more? I'll let a few more people decide. which box to pick. And again, I'll read what they have inside. So we got Batman, All-Star, Harley Quinn, Bullet Man, and America's Best. That's box 90. And in box 83, we got Hulk, Daredevil, Archie Slabs. Okay, so those are the two boxes. So we got some more votes for 83, some more votes for 90. So yeah, let's see. I wonder which is going to be better. Sometimes like I actually surprise myself because one of the things that I didn't tell you, but I didn't even mark on the boxes, so I don't know either. But what I did was when I packed the boxes, because there's like extra space in the boxes, what I did was I put in some raw books and some really valuable raw books as cushion. I know it's kind of weird to use expensive raw books as cushion, but the way I did it, it protected the raw books and it also protected the slabs. So it was kind of interesting. So that's the way that these boxes work. So they're actually pretty cool. So there's some raw books that are actually quite valuable inside as well. So you'll never know what could be inside. There's some bonus stuff that I don't even know what's inside there. So box 90 or box 83. Okay. So so I see a whole bunch of 90s. I see a few 83s. Okay. So I'm going to open up, based on the fact that most people pick 90, I'm going to open up box 83 first, okay? And it might be great. So we'll see. We'll open up box 83 first. So this is box 83. And again, it's Hulk, it's Daredevil, and it's Archie Slabs. Okay, so we're going to see. Did you guys pick the right box? So it's... Okay, so we're going to start out with... It has Hulk 182, and it, 6.5, not a bad grade. I paid $2.50. Actually, I paid less than this. This is just the sticker price. I talked them down, and that's Canadian too, so I got a good price on this book. And that's, things were cheaper back then. And then we got another great book. This is all my Hulk stuff. So we got Hulk 102. It's a great book. I always like this cover. This is a really great cover. Highly underrated book. So Hulk 182. And we got another Hulk. This is Tales to Astonish. And this is the first cover appearance of the Abomination. Kind of a cool book. So yeah. And what do we got here? Oh, this is a really great one. This is an under the radar kind of book. This is Hulk again, Hulk 290, and this is the first appearance and cover appearance of this character, Mrs. MODOK. So if you ever want to get like the female MODOK, what is her name? Oh yeah, it's just Miss MODOK. So yeah, so it's Miss MODOK. She only appeared in one comic, I think. So this is it. So kind of cool. Kind of funny if you like MODOK. And then we got Dark Horse Presents. See, this is some of the random stuff that's in there. This is the second appearance of or wait, is it? No, I think this actually, sorry, this is the first appearance of the Mask. There's the Mask. Does it say that? No, it doesn't. So Mask. So Dark Horse Presents. That's kind of cool. See, and then we get some Archie stuff. So here's Josie, #1. Kind of a cool book. So hi, Epoch. So we're already picking the boxes. So I'm showing box 83 right now. This is what's inside box 83. Okay, so kind of a cool stuff so far. And then we got Archie's Gals and Pals. This is a number 23. This is the first appearance of Josie. So this is where Josie and the Pussycats came from. So this one, Archie's Gals and Pals. So kind of a fun, cool book. And so you'll see a lot of Josie stuff related in here. So this is, again, because of what I do when I collect, I always try to put like little groups of comics together. So this is Josie and the Pussycats, number 45. This is actually Josie 45. And what happened was they basically changed the title of Josie. It used to be just Josie to Josie and the Pussycats. And then this is the first of that. So this is Josie and the Pussycats number 45. And the Pussycats actually made their first appearance in the previous book. So kind of a cool book. And this actually is a really kind of a key book if you're like me. This is Archie number 13, and this is actually the very first swimsuit cover for Archie, at least from what I can see. I went through all the different Archies, and this is the very first time that you get like a swimsuit cover, not a bikini cover, but a swimsuit cover. So just kind of fun. Yeah, so another Archie book. So this is all my Archie stuff. And then we got Archie 73, not Archie 73, Susie 73. Just a really great couch cover. Almost like an homage to Archie 50. Kind of, I don't know. I kind of like these couch covers, girl on the couch covers. So, you know, Susie number 73. So far, nothing really big. Nothing really big yet. Sorry, nothing big. And then we got another couch cover. So more Archie. This is Archie 53. Another Betty on the couch. So yeah, they're cool. And still nothing big yet. We're gonna hopefully get some big books in here somewhere. And we got Daredevil, volume 2, number 11. And believe it or not, most people don't realize this, but this is actually the first full appearance of Echo. So Echo in, I think the previous issue, or the issue where most people think her first appearance is only a cameo. But this is her first full appearance of Echo. So kind of a cool book, 9.8. Once the Echo show comes out, that's probably going to go up in price. Another book that, I don't know why this one was so hot, is this is the first appearance of Typhoid Mary, I believe. Yeah, Typhoid Mary. I got this book for free, so this is Daredevil 254. So kind of a cool book. You know, this book got hot for some reason. I think she was going to be in one of the shows. I think like Daredevil. She's going to be in the new Daredevil show. And we got some more Daredevil. This is a book I really love. Daredevil 180. Just 181. This is the first appearance of Elektra. I'm pretty sure. Oh, sorry, Death of Elektra. Death of Elektra. I always get them mixed up. So this is Death of Elektra. Kind of cool. And another really great Daredevil book is Daredevil 131. And this is the first appearance of Bullseye right there. And I picked this up so cheap, so cheap. Hey, Lady Pop. So thanks again for coming. And how is the comic room coming? It's coming. It's slowly but surely coming. I decided to do built-ins. I'm gonna do built-ins and try to make it look pretty professional, and then I'll have like this area is going to be a slab wall, so it should be good. I'm going to try to make it like a mini studio for doing the shows, so it should be good, but it's going to be months in the process. It's because getting built-ins is always slow, but it is coming. It is happening. I'm actually hopefully meeting with some people that are going to be designing it out for me on Monday or Tuesday. So missed the stream started. So yeah, so basically we're looking at box, right now we're looking at box 83, which had my Hulk and Daredevil. And let's get some more Daredevil. There's a lot more still in this box, actually. So we got Daredevil. This is I really like this book. It took me a while to get this one. Daredevil number 4. This is the first appearance of the Purple Man. And if you watch the Jessica Jones show, the Purple Man was in that. And Purple Man's actually a really cool character. Like, he sounds kind of lame because it's the Purple Man, but he's actually a very cool character. He basically can, through speech, he can manipulate people and make them do whatever he wants. So a really kind of cool guy, the Purple Man. So very cool. And then we got first appearance of Asbestos Man. This is Strange Tales 111. And it's also the second appearance of some minor character named Doctor Strange. But Asbestos Man is the cool part. So yeah, so this is kind of a cool book. So this is Strange Tales 111. This book got kind of hot for a little while. And we got, so it's not looking good for this box in terms of, like, these are big, some big books, but nothing super huge yet. We got Strange Tales 109. And this is the first appearance of, I believe it's Circe. One sec. Yeah, Circe. So kind of a cool book. So we got all the elementals there, and yeah, a Fantastic Four appearance as well. It says, but Circe is the key appearance in this book. So this is Strange Tales number 109. Okay, and then we got a few more books. Still lots in this box. It's amazing how much I can cram into one little box. So then we got this book. Kind of brings up the value of this box. So we got my Hulk 181. Now this book has gone down a lot, but I think it's coming back. It's one of those ones that has really major price fluctuations. It's sad that it's restored, but still a couple thousand easily. So this is the first full appearance of Wolverine. I'm gonna pretend that that's true. And at least his first cover appearance. So yeah, so Hulk 181. And what else? We got some more stuff. There's still more in here. Lots in here. Then we got Hulk 180. So this is like, so you'll notice like it's like all Hulk and all Daredevil. So yeah, so Hulk 180. And this is a really great one. This is actually a pretty rare comic. This is the Tick special edition. This is the first appearance of the Tick. And this book is insanely rare. Basically, it was I believe hand numbered or numbered inside. It says first appearance of the Tick in comics, back pinup, cover pinup, and something Mark trial, backup story. I don't know. So yeah. So this is numbered 3,553. So you got the back cover as well. A little pinup of, here, we'll put it that way. So yeah, so kind of cool. So the first appearance of the Tick, and it's numbered. They're kind of cool that way. They didn't really expect this book to become so popular, and there was only 5,000 printed. So it's very, very rare. I love the Tick. So Tick is really great. And Dan T, I totally agree. So I really like the Tick. Like, the show was kind of all over the place, but it was, I like the Tick. There's something quirky about the Tick. I kind of enjoy it. The next one is Flaming Carrot number 16. Now this is a really cool book, actually. This is the first appearance of the Mystery Men. I love this book in a way because I really enjoyed the Mystery Men movie. That was just such a great, just so silly movie. Ben Stiller and a whole bunch of other famous people in that movie. So yeah, so you got, this is the first appearance of Mr. Furious and Red Rover, Screwball, and the Shoveler, I believe, is also in here. So just some really funny, kind of quirky characters made their first appearance in here, and it's the first appearance of the Mystery Men. And then another cool Flaming Carrot book, Flaming Carrot number 1. So just a bunch of, kind of cool books. Okay, still more in this one box. So this, getting some value. This is another pretty pricey book, considering it's very rare. This is Strangers in Paradise. Really rare book to get. Hard to find this book. And it's hard to get in high grade. So if you can find a high grade copy of this, snatch it, because it's really rare in high grade because of the black border. And it's the first appearance of Francie and Kanchu. So just a really, really great book, really great series, good story, lots going for it. Okay, last but not least, and this is not a big book, Okay, this is the You Promised Me Darkness #1 in a 9.8. This is not a big book. I think I paid cover for this. I paid like the cost of the slab for this one. So this is just the alternate cover. I just thought it was a really cool cover. So that's mixed in. So I think whoever picked the other box is going to do better, but we're going to see. Maybe, there was a Hulk 181 and a couple of big books in there, but I think the other box has some bigger stuff. so we're going to see what's inside the other box. We'll see who is right in terms of which box to grab. But, it was a pretty good Hulk collection. And some great Archies, if you like Jersey. That's up here. I have to put these all down, so just bear with me as I kind of reorganize here. One second, almost there. And there. Okay, so all that. That was heavy. Okay, so now we get into the other box. Let's see what's inside this one. So this is Batman All-Star Harley Quinn, Bullet Man, America's Best. So this one, I think, has more stuff in it, and it's got some pretty cool stuff. Because I know some of the stuff that's in this one. So we gotta take off the tape. This is the fun part, me being attacked by tape. Oh, there we go. Okay, so first thing that's in here is really cool. I've been collecting these, even though they're not really valuable or anything. I just like them. So I use them as packing material. But I just like this one. This is Comic Shop News. I just really like this. This is has like a thing with Vampirella. I'm a big Vampirella fan. And hi, Brandon. And so this is kind of cool. And so we start out with some big Batman books. So right off the bat, we got Batman 227. Love this cover. This is actually my favorite Batman cover. I just think it's just a really cool Batman cover. Even like it better than the original that it homages. So just this is Neal Adams, Batman 227. So that's one big book. Then we got more Neal Adams. So this is my Neal Adams Batman collection, by the way. So this is Batman 241. And it's just a very iconic Neal Adams Batman cover. I don't think there's anything key about this book, but, kind of a cool Neal Adams cover. Classic Neal Adams. And then we got Lois Lane, number 70. And I got this so cheap. And then the price went crazy afterwards. Like, it was like, it's so funny. I was like, oh, this is really awesome. So this book became pretty pricey. This is the first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman. So just a really great book. I actually love this cover as well. If you can see, we got inside the little cage, we got Superman has been turned into a cat. And he's all locked up in this like kryptonite cage. It's kind of cool. So so just a really cool book. First Silver Age appearance of Catwoman. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I like this book. And then we got, so as the box label said, it's Harley Quinn. So we got some Harley Quinn now. This is the first appearance of Harley Quinn in continuity. Kind of a cool book. I really love this book. You know, just sort of a classic Alex Ross cover. So yeah, just really great book. I just love this one. Yeah, so Alex Ross, and it even has a really great back to it too. Really nice. I just love this book. It's hard to get this one in high grade though, because it is all black, and just any little imperfections will show up pretty easily. So I was quite happy to get it in a 9.2 even. So yeah. And another artist and book that I love for Harley Quinn is this one. And yes, we are technically we are fine art collectors. So true, so true. You know, I find that after a while, you know, you read the books, but you love seeing that beautiful cover and just having it displayed. I think that's so true. So yeah. Oh, so you just bought a World's Finest 64 and 84 cheap. Wow, congrats. That's some nice books there. Yeah, World's Finest is a series that I think is highly underrated in terms of there's some really cool things that happen in World's Finest. But yeah, so this book is Batman Adventures Mad Love, and this is the origin of Harley Quinn. So kind of a cool book. This is where we learn about how she became Harley Quinn. So kind of cool, kind of cool. I always like Bruce Timm, and this is a Bruce Timm cover, Paul Dini story, I believe, and yeah, just really great. So, and if you have Batman Adventures Mad Love, you got to have Batman Adventures number 12. Now, actually, I got this, and I was like, oh, you know, it's not that high of a grade. But then I realized, oh, it's a newsstand. It's kind of a cool book, actually. Oh, hey, Puff is here too. Hey, Puff. You got to check out his interview on my channel. I did an interview with Puff. He's a really great guy. Okay. Oops, 1 second. So yeah, so Batgirl Adventures number 12, or Batman Adventures number 12, and just a really great. Got Harley Quinn on the cover. I love when you got her, you know, that first appearance with the character on the cover, just so great. So this is Batman Adventures number 12. So yeah, and some more Batman, some really cool stuff. This is Teen Titans 12, and this is the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. Another really great character, probably in my mind one of the greatest characters that has come out in recent and modern comics is Batman Who Laughs. Just a really cool character, really cool stories. Really like this character, Batman Who Laughs. Really kind of cool idea behind him. Oh yeah, so you had a great show with G-Man overnight. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. So just quickly about that. So if you haven't seen G-Man Nerdy Collective, I recommend you just search that on YouTube and go over and check out his channel. He basically does these midnight showings, and it was like, so, but it was midnight his time, so it's like 1 o'clock my time. And then we ended up talking until like 5 in the morning. It's just like so crazy. But it was really fun. Lots of really cool collectors were there. And they were all showing some really great books. I was the special guest, so I showed some cool books. It was a really fun show. It was really great. So yes, that was really fun. So I recommend you check that out. It was just really, really cool stuff being shown. So yeah, great channel. Great guy too, really nice guy. And then we got Batman Who Laughs. So number 1. So this one actually, I have actually a very sad story about this one. So this was my first, I believe my first 9/8 slab. And I was so excited to have a 9/8 slab in my collection. And what I did was I was like, okay, I got to display this. So I leaned it up against the wall and I was like, oh, it's so cool. I have a 9/8. Like, I'm so cool. And then it fell. It fell onto the ground. And I'm not sure if you can see it. Where is it? You can't see it. Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, on the back. You can kind of see. It totally cracked. it totally cracked. So I was like, oh no. So yeah, so this is that was my story about Batman Who Laughs. This is my first 9/8 slab though, and it totally fell on the floor. Totally, it was kind of sad. What's your favorite colors on comics? I like yellow. I like some really kind of like Superman has a lot of great yellow covers. Wonder Woman has a lot of really great yellow covers. So I like yellow covers. So that's kind of my favorite color is yellow. So you're looking for Pep Comics 25, first appearance of Mr. Weatherby. Yeah, actually, but I was looking for that book as well at one point, but never seemed to be able to find it, to tell you the truth. I'm also looking for number 62, which is the first, what's the character? Yeah, first something. I'm totally forgetting. Some like witch or something like that. Some, what's the name of the character? No. Oh, Jinx. First Jinx. And Comic Book Ninja. Hey, you're such a loyal fan. Thank you for coming. Good morning from California. So yeah, good morning from Ottawa. So so yeah. So and we got, what else we got in here? So we got some more Neal Adams. This is the first appearance of the League Assassins. And this is a Batman Detective Comics 405. Kind of a cool book. I really like Neal Adams' art, so it's a really great one. All right. So now we're getting into some of the bigger books. We got this is Batman 22, and this is actually the first Alfred solo story. So this is a really great book. What people don't realize is the original Alfred was kind of pudgy. He was kind of a portly guy. And they made him skinny in this episode. So this is actually the first appearance of the skinny Alfred. So they basically changed, made him kind of more like slim down, kind of cool. So this is a really great book. This is Batman 22 from 1944. Kind of a cool book. Even though it's restored, it's still a pretty pricey book. And speaking of pricey books, we got Batman 121. And this is just a really great book because this is the first appearance of Mr. Freeze. Now, Mr. Freeze was not called Mr. Freeze in this book. He was called Mr. Zero. You'll see that at the bottom, Mr. Zero. And so yeah, so it's kind of a cool book. I kind of fell in love with the character of Mr. Freeze after watching Batman Adventures on the cartoon series. Because the story with him in it is just so brilliant. It's probably one of the best cartoon episodes of all time. It's just because you really feel for the character. You really understand that the motivations behind this like villain, notorious villain. And it's just sort of a cool character. Sort of so Batman 121. And yes, Puff, first appearance of Slim Alfred. So yeah. CCG. Check out True 3. True 3D number 2, 1954. All yellow cover with 3D glasses. I will definitely check that out if I don't have it. It sounds like a book that I might have. If it's the one I'm thinking, it might actually have that book somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I think I know that one. I'm just trying to think about it. Oh, and this is a really great one. Another cool one. I overpaid for this book, though. I'm so upset. This book. Yeah, I paid too much for it. But now it's gone up since, so it kind of balanced out. But this is Batman 139. So this is the first appearance of Batgirl. And this is the original Batgirl. I forget what her name is. One sec here, I can't read. Betty Kane. Betty Kane. That's her name. Yeah, I had to remember as well. So yeah. There was a time before CGC when restored books were not looked down upon. it was considered conservation. Yeah, that is so true. So it used to be that, and that's part of the reason, because I'm an old school collector. That's one of the reasons why I don't really look down upon restored books. I just see them as a buying opportunity. I see them as like a chance to get a really great book for a really great price, and that looks really great. So it's like all the benefits there. Uh, uh, hey, hey. So hi. And then we got some more great Batman books. This is Batman 155. And this is the first appearance of the Penguin in the Silver Age. Really great book. I like the dragon. It's kind of a famous cover. And I like the fact that the Penguin's kind of flying down. It's kind of cool. So yeah. So this is Batman 155, first Silver Age appearance of the Penguin. Sorry. Okay, now we got the first appearance of Man-Bat, and this is a signed copy by Neal Adams, so it's extra special. So kind of a cool book. This is Detective Comics 400. Not too bad. And back here. And as I was saying, Mr. Freeze, originally he was called Mr. Zero. It wasn't until Detective Comics 373 that he got his name as Mr. Freeze. So this is the first time that he's referred to as Mr. Freeze. So kind of a cool book. So I always consider this, when I got this book, I considered this the first appearance of Mr. Freeze, because the other book was out of my reach at the time. So I thought this was cooler, just to have it and, have that first Mr. Freeze appearance. So this is the first appearance of Mr. Freeze as Mr. Freeze. So this is Detective Comics 373. See, it says Mr. Freeze, Chilling Death Trap. Kind of a cool book. I believe this is Neal Adams as well. No, I could be wrong. No, Ivy, Irv Norvac cover. So Irv Norvac. So yeah, kind of cool though. And we got some more cool detective. We got another Detective Comics, Detective 359. And this is the first appearance of Batgirl. So kind of cool. Nice copy. So yeah, I really like this book too. I like the fact that this one and the one with Poison Ivy, I like because they're kind of popping. They're the main focus of the cover. So I always like when the first appearance has them on the cover. So this is kind of a cool book. So Detective Comics 359. And then we got some more cool first appearances. We got Detective Comics 225. This is the first appearance of Martian Manhunter. So, and it's kind of a cool one because you got multiple people dressed up like Batman. And Martian Manhunter, that's one of his skills. He can mimic other people. He can look like, he can transform, he shapeshifts. So this is kind of, playing into that a bit. So we got Detective 225. And a lot of people consider this to be maybe the first Silver Age, or maybe that, sort of turnover between Silver Age and Atomic Age Batman. So kind of a cool book for that reason as well. So this is from 1955. Kind of a nice early. Some people actually, I've heard some people refer to this as Golden Age. I would never consider this Golden Age. This is a personal gripe. So this would be maybe the first Atomic Age, because it has the Comic Code Authority. So kind of a cool book. This is from November of 1955. So kind of cool. Okay, so then we got Batman 189. And this is the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. So they sort of brought back a lot of these characters in the Silver Age. And a lot of collectors with DC Comics, and they only do this with DC Comics, like they don't do this with Marvel, really. Like, well, actually, I guess maybe they do some. because the Golden Age books were so out of price for most people, a lot of people like buy that first Silver Age appearance. They don't do it with Bronze or all the different ages, it seems, but they do it with Silver Age, where you pick up those first Silver Age appearances. So this is the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. And another kind of cool character. I actually like the Scarecrow a lot. Batman 189 from 1967. Okay, now we're getting into my All-Stars. So this is All-Star number 15. This is the first appearance of Brainwave, I believe. Yeah, Brainwave. Yeah, I remember things. So really great one. So yeah, it's like, I'm going to read some of the comments here. Do you have any comics that have double covers? I got one last week, Heroic Comics 32. Actually, that's one thing. Somebody asked me this before. It might have been you, actually. If I have any double covers. I do not have any double covers in my collection that I know of. I don't think I have any. There was an auction where there was a collection of double covers that came up, and I bid on every single one of them, and I lost every single bid. Double covers are cool, and I wish I could have had one in my collection, but I don't have any double covers in my collection. So I am a buyer. So am I. I buy too much, actually. So this is the first appearance of Brainwave. If you watched the Stargirl series, Brainwave was one of the characters in Stargirl. So I really like this book. All-Star Comics number 15. And another cool All-Star book. This is All-Star 37. And this is the first appearance of the Injustice Society of America. So sort of like you got the JSA, which is the Justice Society of America. But then you got the villain side of it, and you got all the Injustice Society. So it's kind of cool because this is also a great bondage cover. You got Wonder Woman, and all these guys in bondage in the background. So just so much fun stuff going on for this book. I just love it. So yeah, so that's the Injustice Society, first appearance. And I just picked up Vampirella 31. Congrats, that's a good book. I believe that's, I'm trying to remember, San Julian cover, or San Julian, whatever way you want to pronounce it. And I have a double cover from the 1980s, a comic called Dragon Ring. I'm not familiar with that book, actually, so that's kind of cool. You have a master. See ya. Now my eyes are fading here. You have a master and are like a sage. Thank you. You okay? And okay, you'll have to send me one. Sure, send me one. I love double. I like to have some. I like those quirky kind of items. So yeah, I can never seem to go in though. Fazetta cover. So Vampirella 31 is a Fazetta cover. I have to pick it up. I have it right over there. Vampirella 31. I got to remember what covers are which. But 31. I'm trying to remember what 31 is. Oh, is it the one where it's like kind of Cleopatra cover? I'm not sure. Okay, but I'm trying to think of Vampirella 31. But here's another cool book. So more Batman, Detective Comics 233. This is the first appearance of Batwoman. So kind of cool. Kind of great cover overall. I like the fact that she's kind of, this actually is relevant to the story as well. And just a really great, kind of cover with the Batmobile and her Bat motorcycle, and just really cool. So that's first appearance of Batwoman. So I think this box already has surpassed the other one, and we still haven't even gotten to the end of it yet. There's lots of big books in here. This is a 0.51. It's missing the centerfold, but this is a really great book. So this is the first All-Star number 4. This is the first time that the JSA actually do an adventure together. So in the original All-Star number 3, which is the first appearance of the JSA, the Justice Society of America, they don't actually do anything. Like they form as a group, but they don't actually go on an adventure. This is their first adventure where they fight crime as a group. And it's actually a pretty cool story. You really get to see how cool each of the characters are on their own. And as a group. So this is All-Star Comics number 4. So yeah, really, really great book. And then we got another All-Star. Okay. This is the first appearance of Degaton. And this is All-Star Comics number 35. I actually always like this one. It's kind of a cool hourglass cover. So yeah. Nana. Okay. So yeah, so that's cool. I didn't know. So I gotta remember my Vampirella better. Do you have All-Star Comics 36? It is the first time we see Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman together. I don't think I have 36, to tell you the truth. But I do have this one. So yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. I don't have that one. But I've been trying to get the run, like it's kind of hard run to get, of All-Star. I'm gradually filling in all the gaps. So, it's a hard collection to get all of. And what did Toby say? Are you still in your prime, or do you have anything? Do you have anything already? Do you have everything already? And how about multiple issues? So I actually have 2 boxes, like similar size to this one, of all my duplicates that I plan to get rid of at some point. So, and some of the duplicates that I have are just books that I've upgraded over time. And so there's some really great stuff in there that are, I just needed to upgrade. I still consider I consider this my prime time in terms of buying comics. I'm turning 50 next week, like literally 1 week from now. And I think when you're at that late 40s, early 50s, you're still young enough to appreciate comics and really enjoy collecting. And you also are at that age where you have the financial means to buy the books you want to buy. So this is, in terms of comic collecting, this is the prime time. Like that, I would say from mid 40s up to your late 50s is your sort of prime comic collecting time, because you have the money and you have the energy and you have the passion still, So I think it's kind of a cool time. So I do feel like I am in the prime of my collecting. One more All-Star. This is All-Star 21. And there's anything special about this one? I don't think so. The only reason I like this one is it had the big date, the big date across the front. I always kind of like that, and I like the fact that you see all the characters. So yes, this is All-Star Comics 21. So just a really great, all the team there. I like that. Even though they're just all standing around, I think it's still cool. Okay. And we got, as I said, in the boxes, I also put Raw comics. So this is a bunch of Raw comics. I'm almost 49 and I've been collecting for a few years. I got a few thousand already. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly you can gather a pretty large amount of comics if you start just buying a whole bunch of stuff and you get into that, as I said, the prime time of collecting. It's pretty insane how fast your collection can grow. So I've been sort of, at the point where I can buy a lot of comics for the last 4 years, or almost 5 years now. Oh my goodness. I had a big collection before that, but it has just grown it's doubled in size over a 4-year period, over a 5-year period, I should say. It's just amazing how much stuff you can accumulate when you have the funds to be able to do so. And also that experience of being able to find the right books and at the right prices too. My earliest error comic, other than heroic comic, is Superman comics number 74, 75, 1952. Painting plates did not change the numbering sequence. Oh, okay, so kind of cool, kind of cool. And wall. I'm in my late. Wait. I'm in my late 60s, and I'm in my prime too. So age is kind of like a mental thing. Like if you have the if you keep your mind young and fresh, you can be in your prime up to 100, I think, or even beyond. I've seen some really bright and active mind people, and all through their lives. Like a lot of my relatives live long. Like my family, that's one good thing about my family genetics. We live long, and a lot of my relatives, they keep their mind very sharp right up until the end, which is so great. So you can stay in your prime as long as you have the financial means and that kind of great mental acuity. So definitely, I'm just saying ballparking, in terms of it, because like in your later 60s, you're kind of retiring. You don't have generally that income that's coming in to kind of fund the hobby. So that's another reason. Okay, how many raws do you have? You mentioned 1,000 slabs. So I kind of calculated it. I think I have about 30,000 raw comics. so it's a pretty big collection of raw, and then about 1,000 or about 1,100 slab comics. And great collection. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. There's still some more in this box, so I'm going to show those. And Comic Book Ninja writes, I'm okay. I'm at the point where I have to quit collecting. Oh no. Okay. I just don't have the room anymore. Yeah, that can happen. That can definitely happen. I always feel that too. Like I feel like my collection kind of especially in this move. Oh my goodness, this move made me almost hate my comic collection. Like that kind of, it's 150 boxes, moving it from one faraway location to this location. It was a bit trying. It was very it was very painful, and everybody was complaining about me. Oh, Alan, you got this massive collection. Oh, when are you going to get another? When are you going to stop buying comics? And it's like all complaints because we have to pack all this stuff. It's just, and I actually did all the packing of my own comics. So I didn't ask anyone to help me. That was my wife calling. She somehow knows. It's like she got the sixth sense. When I moved, like everyone was sort of down on the comics because it was extra work, and I felt down about it too because it was just so much. So as long as you don't move, you might not feel that way. It's not too bad. But once you move, it can be very overwhelming with having all these comics. Will you start upgrading all of your slabs, or are you happy with any grade? There are some books, for some reason, like if the book doesn't present well, like I have one book, if I can find it, it's like a 1.0. And I actually love the book because it presents really well, even though it's a 1.0. So I'll probably never upgrade that book. But there's other books that are higher grade that just don't present well. Like, for example, I had a Brave and the Bold, I believe it's 60, which is the first Wonder Girl. And, it's the first Teen Titans in title as well. And it just didn't, like, it had a big rip in it and on the cover, and it bothered me. It just really bothered me. And so I upgraded that one. So there's certain times when I feel like I have to upgrade, and there's certain times where I'm quite happy with the grade that I have. And do you have the first appearance of Robin? Actually, I bid on the first appearance of Robin, and I think it sold for about 5 times what I bid. So I was like way off the mark. And it was a low grade too. So I was like, okay, that's a bit pricey. So I did try to get the first appearance of Robin, but I didn't get it. I actually love the cover for that because he's kind of punching through the banner, and it's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't have that book. I have 283 long boxes in my collection, but I've been collecting since 1968. So yeah, so I've been collecting since 1980, but I had my kids' books before then, but so yeah, so I don't, that extra 12 years can make a huge difference. Yeah, so yeah, Lyle, your collection dwarfs mine. So it's about twice the size of my collection. So that's very impressive. I'd love to see your collection. You should come on my show and do an interview with me. I think that'd be fun. So yeah. What else? Okay, so I think I got everyone's questions. Okay, so yeah, I got everyone's comments. Okay, so we're gonna finish off this box. We've got these are all the Bullet Man ones. This is Master Comics number 13. And this is the first appearance of Bullet Girl. So that's Bullet Girl right there. I like Bullet Girl. It's kind of a quirky character from the Golden Age. And this is actually a Nazi swastika right there. And it's basically the guy punching Hitler, and they form like the shape of a swastika. So it's kind of cool. I like that. I like, punching Nazis in the face kind of thing. I don't know. That's sort of funny. Real Nazis, actually. I should qualify that. And then we got Airboy Comics. This is a really great one. I like these women on the propeller covers. So this is Airboy Comics number, what number is it? I have no idea what the number is, but it's just a really great cover. This is a really classic cover. This is a really great book. Really pricey book, actually, too. It's hard to find, pricey book. Then we got some of my Wings collection. This was all put in there. So Wings Comics. And a lot of these were like Bob Lubber covers. So this is number 88. And then we got 92. It's really great. Then we got my Bullet Man collection. And this is the very last issue of Bullet Man. This is Bullet Man 16. Just a really, I got this for so cheap. I paid $100 for it, Canadian. So I was quite happy to get that book. So yeah, really quite nice. Okay, so 10 times heavier and move twice. Yeah, moving long boxes is such a pain. It's just, people hate you if you have long boxes and you have to move them. And you get movers to do it, they really don't like the long boxes. They're really heavy and awkward. So yeah, very painful to move lots of comics. So I hope I don't have to move again, but we'll see. We'll see. Wife is always wanting me to move. So yeah, so this is the next one. This is Witchcraft. This is a nice pre-code horror cover. This is Witchcraft number 1. So the first issue from this run. So Witchcraft, kind of cool. And then we got America's Best Comics. This is America's Best Comics number 30. Nice Miss Mask cover. She's putting somebody else in bondage, or maybe freeing them. And then we got Captain Marvel Jr. This is a great guillotine cover. And then we got Bullet Man number 15. Just a really great cover. And the last thing that's in there is Bullet Man number 2. This is just somebody reprinted the book for me so that I could read it. I have the slab of it, and they gave this as a bonus where you could at least flip through it and read it. So it's kind of cool. Somebody printed this off for me. So that's it. That was what's inside box number 2 or box number 90. So I think based on the 2 values, there was only one really big book in the previous box. So I would say that box may be worth $4,000 to $5,000. This box probably worth about $20,000 in terms of the stuff inside. So yeah, so I would say box 90 totally won. Now, if you stayed all this time, I have a bonus for everyone that stayed this long. I want to show you one of the few boxes. I brought 3 boxes with me where I actually carried them myself. The rest of the boxes I sent with movers. And so this part of the show, I'm going to show a really cool thing where I'm going to show you what was the one prize box. Like people ask, oh, if you could only grab one box, which box would it be? Well, it is this box that I brought, and this is the one that I brought personally with me. I'm gonna show it one sec here, but I gotta kind of put this back into the box for one sec. Just bear with me as I do this, and I'm going to build up the excitement because I'm going to show you the one box that I brought with me, and it's a really good box. So I haven't opened it up yet, and I'm going to show you what's inside. So one sec here. I'm going to kind of move things around. One sec here. Don't mind me too much. So, okay. There we go. Had to put that all on the floor. And so there. I had to organize a bit because it's gonna have space to work with here. And this is the box. So this is the one box I brought with me when I moved here. So I moved in my car, obviously, as well. So I had to come in my car. And the car was filled with a whole bunch of like outdoor furniture and a whole bunch of things that my wife wanted me to bring. So I only had room for 3 boxes. This is one of the boxes. This is the big box that I brought with me. And this is it. This is the big box. And inside it's all my large slabs, I said. I wrote large slabs SS1 to Howard. What does it say? I can't read. Disney, Captain Britain, Creepy Worlds, and Raw. And then it's something. I can't even read my own writing. It's like my writing's so bad. Oh man. Yeah. So just a bunch of books. So this is like the one box that I brought with me. So it's kind of a cool box. The funny thing is, I went comic shopping after the fact, like after the movers had taken all my stuff, and I bought some more comics. I actually went to the comic store one last time, say goodbye to my LCS guy. And so I had no room to put those books. I had to put them somewhere, so I put them in this box. So there's some modern comics mixed in here. So you're probably wondering, why would he bring those books? Of all the big books to bring, there's some modern ones that are mixed in here. So we got, this is just a book that came out this week or a couple weeks ago maybe. So, this is a great homage cover. Amazing Spider-Man 50 homage. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 17. And then we got, so I'm building up the excitement here. Okay, there's going to be some big books. This is just the modern stuff that I bought. Mary Jane Black Cat. Then we got some Red Sonja. Then we got a Peach Momoko Black Cloak #1. And that is, then we got a Wonder Woman. This is a really great David Nakayama cover. And we've got some more Black Cloak. So these were some of the modern ones I just picked up before leaving. And some more moderns that I picked up. These are just acted as cushion. It's a bit of a nude cover, but it's kind of nice. This is Black Cloak again. That's cool. And then we got Vampirella Mind Warp. It's kind of cool. This is a Linsner cover. And this is a really great cover. I missed out when it originally came out, but my comic guy was able to get a copy for me. This is Planet Comics, the modern ones, but this is like an homage to Plan 9 from Outer Space, one of the most cheesy, classic horror movies of all time. Um, you know, just a really great classic B movie, I guess. And this is an homage to that, so it's kind of cool. I always wanted this book, so he was able to find it for me. And speaking of homages, this is the Sheena homage to Wizard Comics #1. So kind of cool. And then we got another Sheena cool Virgin variant. So he was selling all these Virgin variants for half price. So I kind of got a bunch of those. And then we got Gun Honey. I thought this was quite nice. And then we got Something is Killing the Children. I read this series, so this is number 28. Actually, I have to catch up on my reading of this series. I think I'm in issue like 14 or 15. And then we got Planet Comics number 13. So that was the last books that I bought just before leaving. So I had nowhere to put them, so I put them in this box. So that was why they're there. But now we're going to get into some of the bigger books that was the reason why I picked this box. So the first one is my very first Canadian White that I picked up. This is Wiz Spy Smasher. And this is a really hard, this book has 0 on the census. It's just almost impossible to find. So I probably might have the only book or copy of this in existence. These Canadian Whites are made with tissue paper, basically. They're very poorly made, and not many of them lasted. So this is a really great book, Wiz Spy Smasher, and just a really great Canadian White. Anglo-American Press, so kind of cool. And then inside, this is all stuff I used as kind of like cushion to protect the big books, which is kind of funny. So it sounds like you moved from the East Coast to West Coast. Not really. I didn't move that far, to tell you the truth. I moved from Toronto to Ottawa. It's but the thing is, even when it's not that far, it's far enough that it's a multiple day trip. It's a multiple day trip in terms of moving. So that's what caused all the problems. It would have been just as bad moving from Vancouver to Halifax, or for people in the US, maybe LA to New York. So yeah, it's sort of like one of those things when you move and there's that time in between where the truck has to move stuff, it can cause real issues, and it just basically doubles everything. It makes a much bigger experience. When you move locally, it's so much easier. One sec here, I missed one more comment. Wondering if you had the opinion on Al Talafino's Donald Duck work. His first cover art, it was Donald in Walt Disney Comics and Stories #9. Very beautiful Disney cover. I'm not actually familiar with his name, to tell you the truth, but I'm actually familiar with Walt Disney Comics and Stories #9. I think he's a good artist if that's his work. So yeah. How badly damaged was your magazines in the moving truck? Hopefully the movers didn't damage too badly. So actually, they didn't damage any of my magazines, good, which is good. They did damage one long box, where about half of the long box was fine. The other half, what they did was the books had fallen on the ground. They got all they got all dinged. They were all like probably perfect condition, and they went from being 9/8 to maybe 9/0s. They got kind of dinged, like very very minor dings, but still it was kind of annoying to have them kind of dinged. They weren't super valuable books, to tell you the truth. So I was kind of lucky in that respect. But it was about half a long box of books that were kind of slightly dinged. But it's more annoying than anything else. They were all like maybe that $20 sweet spot in terms of value each. But so if you think about that, that's like 150 books and each worth about $20 in high grade, and now worth about half that value. So cost-wise actually kind of adds up. That's like about $1,500 worth of lost value. So kind of annoying that way. And there's no insurance for it. They wouldn't cover the comics. Have you ever read Spy Smasher or Dare You Not to Open? I have seen Spy Smasher. I think I read 1 or 2 Spy Smasher stories from the Golden Age. Dare You Not to Open, I've seen but never read. I haven't read any of the stories from it, but I am familiar with it. Did Bullet Girl make her first appearance with Bullet Man or much later? So the Master comics that I showed, this is later. This is much later. This is the first appearance of Bullet Girl. So yeah, so this is the first appearance of Bullet Girl. Bullet Man made his first appearance in Nickel Comics #1. And I also have that, but not, it wasn't in this stuff. And, oh, my friend Falco is here. Cool. You finally made it to one of my live streams. Thanks for coming, man. Really good man. From Germany, my good friend from Germany. Probably one of the closest people I've made a lot of friends from doing this comic channel, and Kiwi or Falco is probably my closest friend from all this comic collecting. So yeah, really great that he came today. So also, this is like buffer stuff that I used just to kind of protect the comics. So this is my collection of Alan Class books. I have to bag and board these. I haven't had a chance yet. So this is Astonishing Stories. And then we got Creepy Worlds. Some of these can be quite valuable. And this one is a really great one. This is like, it kind of reminds me of the first appearance of Groot. So kind of a cool book. Yeah, so first appearance in Nickel Comics 1 as a character, and that Master Comics is her first appearance as a hero. Yes, you're right. So she didn't don the Bullet Girl costume until Master Comics 13. So she was a character, she's kind of the girlfriend of Bullet Man before then. So yeah, just so you know. A little bit of extra history there. Then we got Sinister Tales. These are actually quite hard to find, these Alan Class books, and they're kind of becoming hot. So if you can ever find these, definitely pick them up. And I picked up a collection of them just because I thought they were kind of cool. My friend Mark Olroyd goes on about these all the time, so he kind of influenced me to pick these up. So I just picked up a collection. These aren't necessarily the most valuable ones, but basically these would reprint books from Marvel. So we got Sinister Tales, and this would be like probably Tales to Astonish reprints, you know. So yeah, kind of cool. And then we got some more. So as I said, I just use these as padding, which is probably not the best thing to do, but that's what I did. This is Astonishing Stories. And they're in pretty rough condition, so yeah. But some of these can go for big money, just so you know. If they feature like a first reprint of like some important story, like Amazing Fantasy 15 or Fantastic Four #1, they can go for big money. Okay, and then we got Secrets of the Unknown, and we got other Secrets of the Unknown. So these are kind of cool. They're like a British publisher, Alan Class. The cool thing about it is he was almost like printing on demand. He would just keep on printing them. So there wasn't like first print, second print kind of thing. But a lot of these were printed only a few years after the original Marvel copy came out. So they can sometimes be the earliest reprint of some major comic. Okay, so now we get into the big books. So this is the big books that I'm going to, that I, you know, that I got with me, that I brought with me. And I'm going to quickly show some more comments before I get into them. I have a nickel from 1892. I believe it is a wreckage from the Titanic. I don't think so, but maybe if it was pocket change for somebody at that time, because Titanic is 1912. But you never know. It could be like they had it in their change pocket. It could be it'd probably be a British coin. I don't know. So is it a British coin, Canadian coin? If it's Canadian, it would be silver, and they're quite small. If it's British, it'd be very different. It'd be a pence coin. And do you have you sent to not CCG, but probably CGC in Mylar? Do you send to CGC in Mylar or take out and put in a poly? So when you send to CGC, I recommend just send it as like a board and a cheap poly bag, because you're not getting those Mylars back, and Mylars are expensive. So generally it's best to send it in the cheaper version. So yeah, but send it well packed, but definitely don't use the Mylars. Because actually the Mylars can actually work against you in terms of sending to CGC. Because what will end up happening is sometimes when you take books out of the Mylars, the edges on the Mylars can actually slice the book or slice the person who's taking the book out. So you got to be a little bit careful with Mylars, I find. That's just a personal experience with them. Okay, so we get into the big books that are inside this box. This is the reason I brought this box. The very first book is Wonder Woman #3. So this box is all my big slabs. The slabs that are just not the normal size. They're almost like this magazine size slabs. And so this is a really great book, Wonder Woman #3. And it's in a reasonable grade. 3.5 is not bad. And it doesn't have any first appearances or anything, but it does have an ad for Comic Cavalcade #1. So kind of cool book. Got some war victory stuff on the back. Kind of a cool book. So that's the first one in here. So big Wonder Woman. And this book I really, really love. I love this book. This is my another Canadian White. This is the one which is a Good Girl art cover. I just love it because it's a Good Girl art cover. You got Captain Marvel, and then you have all these girls in swimsuits around him. So I haven't seen any other Canadian Whites that have this kind of Good Girl art covers. So I think it's kind of cool that it's a Canadian White and also a Good Girl art cover. You'll notice that the grade is a 2.5, which sounds really horrible. It's not that high of a grade. But these Canadian Whites, it's really, extremely hard to find them in any condition, let alone a high grade. They're really hard to find in high grade. Even in this kind of grade, this is actually considered reasonable grade. This would be considered mid-grade for the Canadian Whites. A high grade would be a 6.0. That'd be extremely high, because they're just so poorly made. like not to speak bad of Canada because I'm Canadian, but they are just really, really poorly made. The paper quality is really just terrible. Just the worst paper quality ever. They would just fall apart. Even probably brand new, they would be very, very brittle and easy to fall apart. So getting even a 2.5 is actually a pretty good grade. And it just presents really, really well. This is the back cover. So I love this book. I just love that it's a Good Girl art cover. I was super excited to win this one too. So this is from 1944. So yeah, it's a really cool book. Another cool book. And this one is a broken slab. Okay. This is not broken from me taking it here. It's not broken from that. It broke when I originally got it. When I originally got it, it was shipped, and what happened was they put too much weight on it, and it cracked this big slab. So this is Air Fighters, I believe #2, volume 4, number 2. Yeah, volume 2, number 2. Volume 2, number 2. And this is the first appearance of Valkyrie. Just a really great cover as well. Valkyrie is such a sexy character, and she's kind of a femme fatale kind of character, and just a really great cover. Like even in the Golden Age, they had some of these powerful women. This is just a really great cover. So this is Air Fighters Comics number 2. Kind of a cool book. Yeah, so even the Airboy, it's Airboy number 5, which is the homage, by the way, which is a Dave Stevens cover. And that is a really pricey book because it's Dave Stevens and it's a cool homage. It's just amazing how much that book goes for, the Air Fighters. Another really big book. So this is like, as I said, these are all my big books. So I took them with me. This is Sensation Comics number 2. And Sensation Comics number 2 is the first appearance of Etta Candy, or Eda Candy. So that's her name. It's kind of a pun because she is kind of a pudgy girl and she's eating a lot of candy, kind of. So yeah, so Etta Candy, yeah, so just a really great book. This is really rare, actually. I believe this is even rarer than Sensation Comics number 1. Hard to find, and it's in a reasonable grade. It's not super high, it's not high grade or anything like that, but it's in a reasonable grade and it shows well. So yeah, and it has the typical become strong on the back cover. How to do exercises. So just a really great book, really rare. So yeah, this is the one that actually Falco told me some dealer had, so I have to thank him for helping me get it. So yeah, so if you have Sensation Comics 1, well, you got to get Sensation Comics 2. You got to get number 1. So this is Sensation Comics number 1, and even though it's a 0.5, very pricey book, and kind of irreplaceable kind of book. So yeah, Sensation Comics number 1. I just really love this book. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that it came with me. So yeah, so just got the CGC Purple 3.0 Sensation Comics number 2. So that's actually not bad. Like, even though it's a purple label, that's congrats. That's actually a big book. Even as a 3.0, it is such a hard book to find. So getting it as a purple label 3.0, congrats. That's a big find. So yeah, this is my Sensation Comics number 1. And this is not such a big book, but kind of a cool book still. It's just magazine size, so that's why it was in here. This is New Mutants number 1, or number 4. Actually, it's Marvel graphic novel number 4. And it's the first appearance of the New Mutants. So it was in a magazine format. All black cover on the back. So these are really hard to get in high grade. And because it was that magazine format, really hard, because not many people could store them properly. So getting these in high grade is quite challenging. So I was quite happy even to get a 7.5 on this one. So this is Marvel graphic novel number 4. First appearance of the New Mutants. Kind of cool. And despite like most people not liking the New Mutants movie, I actually enjoyed it. I actually thought it was good. I really liked the girl that plays what's her name? What's the girl? Guys, tell me quickly before I have a mental breakdown. What was the girl in New Mutants? Magik? Yeah, Magik. Okay, see, I remembered. Magik. I really liked her. Something Rasputin. Yeah, so she's a really great character, and I really like the actress that played her. So I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed New Mutants. So that was kind of weird, but yeah. So I wanted to get their first appearance. Then we got Pussycat. This is actually a really great book, highly underrated. Not many people even know about this book. This is was created by Marvel, of all things, And it just features like a whole bunch of really famous kind of great artists. We got Bill Everett, Wally Wood, and Bill Ward. Just some really great artists. And yeah, see, Comic Book Ninja, I was right. I said magic. I got it in the end. I got it before you said it. So that's the key. So yeah. But yeah, so this is just a really great book. So this features a lot of really great good girl art. And yeah, just a really great book to find. If you can find it, these books go for quite a bit of money, actually. So, you know, what I recommend, if you kind of see this book sometimes like in comic shops, they'll put magazines in the back and they'll think, oh, nobody wants to buy magazines. Sometimes if you go back there and look in the back issues for magazines, you can find this book. It is rare. It is valuable. Definitely buy it if you see it. So this is Pussycat #1. So very, very hard book to find. And then we got my Captain Britain. So this is Captain Britain. And this is the first cover appearance of Braddock. What's her name? Braddock. So yeah, so just kind of a cool book. Yeah, just these books, these Captain Britain ones, again, very poor paper quality, and a lot of them didn't really, you know, getting them in high grade is actually quite hard. So this is Captain Britain, number 13, or number 10. Sorry, number 10. I had to remember. And then we got Captain Britain #1. And this actually I got from one of my viewers, and it's a 9.0 signed white pages, so it has a lot going for it. Just a really great book. Yeah, so that's the original Psylocke before she became Psylocke. So yeah, the other book. So this is Captain Britain, and it has the mask. A lot of these books, they didn't have, like they came with like a little promotional item, and this one actually comes with the mask, which is kind of key. Like a lot of the kids would pull the masks, or they had a boomerang in one of them, and different toys that they came with. And obviously kids would take those out. So getting a complete copy is actually quite hard for Captain Britain. So these are really quite rare. They're made with almost like newsprint kind of style paper, so very hard to get. So and it's cool that this one is signed by Chris Claremont signed this one. It's kind of cool. Okay, now we get into some more bigger books, or well, not necessarily bigger, but we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2, and I really love this book. This is the first appearance of what's her name, April O'Neil, and you know, kind of a cool book. Nice Shredder reflection cover. Kind of a cool book. And we got Star-Lord. Again, so this is all my magazine size books, but it had my Sensation comics. That's why I really brought it. So this is Star-Lord's first appearance, which is Marvel Preview #4. So first appearance of Star-Lord. Another character that I really like. I was a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, so really, really like this book. So yeah, so this one was definitely one I was happy to get. One sec here. I'm going to answer some of those things that people are saying. Did you get those Captain Britons from Mark? No, I did not get them from Mark. One of my viewers had one of the Captain Britons, and the other Captain Britons, I got one from eBay, and I got one from mycomicshop.com, you know, that site. Clevelandly Nerd said most comics here in the UK were made from newspaper type paper, and up to the around the 90s, and a few still are. Yeah, I mean the quality of paper that they used in Canada, we did the same in Canada, and in Britain was very, very poor. I think the attitude towards comics was very different than the US. So in Canada and in the UK, comics were seen as something you would read and enjoy and then throw away. That's why a lot of the UK edition books are extremely rare. Like if you look at the census for a pence copy compared to an American copy, it is like, the size of the population is much smaller in the UK, maybe about a fifth of the size of the United States, or maybe a little bit, maybe a fourth, actually, I should say. But the rarity of these comics is maybe a hundredth of as much as the American, because the paper quality is often less, and the attitude towards comics was different, where they would just literally see them as something you read and enjoy and throw away. So it was a very different mindset behind both Canadians and British towards comics. Americans were much better collectors of comics, and as a result, the census count for American editions is much higher. There was that double scarcity created, like the smaller market, and also just not as many were saved. So that's actually why I kind of like the pence editions of a lot of these comics, because just quickly, before I go into a rant about UK price editions, they came out at the exact same time as the American edition. And the only thing that's different is that fact that it has that pence on it. So a lot of the ones that were done for Marvel were actually of the same quality as the ones that came in the US, but they just had the pence thing. But as I was saying, the number that had been saved is just way less. So you get like usually 1 in 100 in terms of the number. It's 1 to 100 in terms of the number of them that exist. So the pence copies are quite rare. So definitely something, that right now is undervalued, and I think has really great potential to become something that you should pick up. Okay, so that was my little rant about UK price variance. Then we got Foom 15. This is actually the first appearance of Carol Danvers, I believe. It's sort of like it doesn't say that, but it's actually. But I liked it. I bought it because it's a good good Howard the Duck cover. I really like Howard the Duck, so yeah, I like that. It actually has a really great back as well, with all of them sort of hanging out and talking. So I like this book for that reason. And I actually got it. I won it on Heritage for a really good price, so I was quite happy. Not many people bid on it. It's actually quite rare. Because I'm from the UK, most of my collection is British. I have a massive collection of UK comics of the Hulk. See, as I said, those UK ones are much more rare. This is not mentioned often, but Canada did not publish French comics. Hard to find, and they are worth collecting. That is true. French editions of comics are quite rare. In my Warren collection, like I have like Warren Publishing, I do have some French Canadian, I believe they are French Canadian editions of Warren Publishing. So they did publish some stuff for the Quebec audience, but it is extremely rare. Those things are just ghosts. Like, finding them, good luck. But they are out there. Okay, so another cool book. And it's, again, these are just all my large format books. This is Mickey Mouse Magazine, number 2, volume 4, number 2. And this is actually the first appearance of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, but it just happened was in magazine format. This is the first cover appearance, I should say. But yeah, just a great kind of cute cover as well. So kind of fun. And we got a couple more books. A few more books. This is a really great one. I'm a big fan of the Smurfs. Like, I know it's really weird, and I really enjoyed the Smurfs as a kid. And the Smurfs made their first appearance in this comic, in this magazine from Belgium called Spirou. And Spirou is kind of like, it has like a whole bunch of things. Like it has Tintin, I believe, in it. Has the Smurfs were first appearance in it. and it was a long-running magazine. Like the first appearance of the Smurfs is, I think, in like 1170 is the issue number. So I mean, just that many issues before. So yeah, Spiro is quite great. This is issue 1468. So it just shows you how many issues they had, like just a lot of issues. And this is from 1966. Well, this book is the very first appearance of the character known as Smurfette. So kind of a cool book. I just really love it. So yeah, and this is where she becomes a real Smurf. So this is, she actually had an earlier appearance, but she, you know, if you know the Smurfette story, like I don't know, I'm a big Smurf fan. So so what happened is Gargamel makes Smurfette. And when he makes her, she's kind of ugly, actually. She has like kind of like crappy black hair. It's like all like poorly cut, and it's like, you know, she looks kind of a bit sketchy, and she's got black hair, and she's kind of a little bit disheveled looking. And what happens is she's a decoy for Gargamel to use against the Smurfs. So he's using her to find the other Smurfs. And basically, what happens is she kind of betrays the Smurfs, and you know, Gargamel traps them all. And but she realizes that what she has done is wrong, and she becomes good, and she frees all the Smurfs. And Papa Smurf, as a reward, he makes her a real Smurf, and it's this issue where she becomes a real Smurf, and she gets that beautiful blonde hair. So this is the key book for Smurfette. For all those people that really like the Smurfs, I don't know, kind of a weird thing, but I like the Smurfs. So again, Falco on his different account. Fun fact: Germany Donald Duck's sons have 3 names: Tick, Trick, and Track. So very different. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Huey, Dewey, and Louie have different names in different countries. I have 3 Captain Canuck comics in French. That's cool. So Captain Canuck is one of those kind of, you know, like Canadian characters that's very Canadian. Like it's just like he's a proud Canadian kind of character. So that's cool that you have it in French. And do you collect Tintin? Actually, I didn't collect Tintin. But I do have a Tintin collection, which is kind of weird. Like I didn't collect it, but yet I have it. So what happened was my brother would read Tintin. And so we have like a bunch of Tintin books that we collected, that he collected. And then he's not as emotionally attached to things. Like he's kind of one of those guys that he'll get, like he had a coin collection too. We both collected coins. He like basically gave me his coin collection because he didn't have that emotional attachment to it. He's a bit more of an intellectual guy than I am. He's a much smarter guy. And so he doesn't have that emotional attachment to things like I do. So he just gave me those kind of things. Like he collected Tintin and he collected Asterix, and he basically gave me those books. So it's kind of cool. So yeah. So in a weird way, I kind of ended up with collecting Tintin, and I do like it, Tintin. I think it's a good, good set of stories. It's quite interesting. Okay, so we got 2 more books in here, and the first one is my Raphael #1, and this is in a 9/8. So this is a really awesome book. I only recently got this. I had to protect it, had to send it with myself as safely as possible. And, it's in a 9/8. Really, like, awesome to get this book in a 9/8. I was super excited when I got this book. I got it in a trade, kind of. I traded my my business services in order to get this book. So basically, I promised the guy about 8 months of work for this book. So I worked to get this book. It's just a really great book. The first appearance of Casey Jones right here, a character that I really enjoyed from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story. I actually thought he was coolest. And then it has a really great back cover too, by the way. Just this Kevin Eastman kind of awesome back cover. So yeah, it's just really great book. I love this book. So in the 9/8 too, which is, I actually had this book in a lower grade, but to get it in the 9.8 was pretty awesome. Okay, and last but not least is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. So this is the last big book that was in that box. This book is actually the most expensive book that was in the box, because it's in an 8.5. This just actually had a recent sale of 18,500 for the same, actually slightly lower grade. So yeah, just a really great book. I love this book. Another book that's really hard to find in the first print, and also hard to find in that high grade because of the black border. There's actually a whole bunch of videos where you can learn how you can tell just by looking at it if it's a first print. This is the first appearance of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Splinter and Shredder. So yeah, just a really great book. I was super excited when I got this in my collection. So one of the things you can do, if you ever want to see, is it a first print or a second print or whatever, is look at the T right here, this T. And if there's like a little blood spot, I'm not sure if you can see it, then you know it's a first print. That's how you can tell, just by looking at it. There's other things that you can use. On the first print compared to the second print or third print, there's a little bit more of this hashing, like, where they kind of do it. And the color is a bit more red on the first print. So those are things, and it's kind of a cool wraparound cover as well. So yeah, so that is my special box that I brought with me when I did my journey here. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the books that I showed today. So yeah, Tintin and Asterix, I read many of those growing up. So Asterix, strangely enough, I read in French, which is, my brother had them all in French, so I read those in French. I like Asterix though. And I love the channel and your collection. Just curious, have you checked out digital NFT version of your comics, and Vive and DC Palm? Got into it recently and turned me into a physical collector. Wow, that's cool. So yeah, so that's kind of funny that you went from the digital into the physical books. So I personally don't like NFTs. It's just a thing. Even though I actually read all of my comics, I read them online. I don't read my actual books. Like I'm so paranoid to bend or ruin my books that I read them all online, which is weird. So I do that, but I love to own the physical book. I just like to have that thing that I can say, oh, I have it, like it's something concrete. And the other thing with NFTs versus the real format is the fact that not only is it tangible, but because it's tangible, it can break, it can get ruined, and that vulnerability of the tangible item kind of makes it more interesting. And the fact that it can become scarce, it can become harder to get in that higher grade, and that's why it's just so cool to have the more physical copy. And it's limited in the respect that there's first editions that you can only get that one time. With NFTs, what they're doing is really kind of annoying. They create like a limited edition NFT, but then they'll come out with extra editions. It's like kind of makes it not so limited. And there's no real difference between, it's just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of NFTs. I just think it's, just, yeah, it's really based on the market. If people think that there's value there, there will be value there. But for the most part, I don't feel like there's value there. So, I've heard some pretty funny stories about NFTs. The funniest one that I heard was the very first tweet. The guy bought the first tweet for, I think it was like $500,000 or something crazy. It was like some big amount of money, an NFT of the very first tweet. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to sell it now. I'm going to put it up on one of these auction sites for NFTs. And when he sold it, he thought he was going to get millions of dollars because it's the very first tweet. It's this valuable NFT in his mind. Nobody bid on it. It sold for $200. So it went from $500,000 to $200. So it just shows you how the value is only there if there's a market for it. And a lot of these things, there's really not the market for it. People are not really convinced that it's actually something that has value. So that'd be my opinion about NFTs. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, you can ask them now. And if you don't have any more questions, I'll wrap it up and say thank you for coming. I appreciate everybody that came. Really, really thank you for coming and watching me babble. I always enjoy people watching my show, and I hope you enjoy it always. I do try to make it interesting. So yeah, I totally understand. Physical will always have a better option as for collectors. Go. Respect your opinion and love your videos. Have a good day. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my videos. I really do try. My goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers this year. So if you guys can put it out there, like I'm trying to put it out there. If I'm trying to use that law of attraction. If I think that I'll get to 5,000 subscribers, I'll get there. So that's that's my goal. So I'm trying to kind of will that into being. So I try to make my videos interesting. I'm trying to do more things to make the channel more exciting. I'm going to hopefully have a great comic room to show you guys over the next few months. That will happen. And there is a really great unboxing that I'll be doing next week, maybe 2 weeks from now, because I actually get the box next week, and then it'll be the week after that I actually show it. But there's some really great stuff, so some stuff to look forward to. I'm doing some big interviews, so lots of great stuff on this channel that I hope you will enjoy. So please subscribe, please like, all that kind of stuff. Comment and I'll answer your question. So so 5,000. So 5,000. That's my goal. I'm sort of halfway there now. So my goal is to go big. You always, whenever you do something in life, this is my kind of philosophy. Always have a really high expectation, like a big expectation. Go for the moon. And if you try to go for that high thing, even if you get halfway there or some way there, you've achieved a pretty big goal. So the bigger the goal, even if you don't achieve that goal, you kind of, because you're striving for it, you can kind of maybe get partially the way there. And that's really my goal, to get as close to that goal as possible. So that's my big goal, and I'm hoping to get there. So I always recommend, go for something big, go big, and hope to get there. That's kind of my philosophy. And do you have any Golden Age Submariners? Yes, I do, actually. And I have no idea where they are. So I'm going to do another one of these live streams next week. And it might be, because these are in some ways mystery boxes to me, like the ones that I showed. I'm going to pick 2 more boxes that I'm not quite sure what's inside them. And one of them could be the Golden Age Submariners. So I actually have some really cool Nomura Submariners and some Timelies. And yeah, they're just in a box that I don't know which box it is. So stay tuned for that. Probably next week next week actually is going to be a different episode. It's not going to be a would you rather per se. I might do a would you rather, but it's my birthday. So next week, next Sunday is my birthday. So I'm going to be doing a birthday episode. It will air maybe a little different time, but I'm going to do a birthday video where I'm going to babble about it's my birthday, and then show lots of cool books. Just have fun, So I hope people can come to my birthday party. It's going to be a birthday party. So definitely I'm going to show some books, maybe do a birthday unboxing, maybe some there's a couple boxes that are coming. Maybe I'll save those up for my birthday and show some books in that birthday unboxing. So yeah, so there's going to be some cool stuff. So next week, next Sunday, watch for it. Hopefully you don't miss out, because it'll be fun. It'll be just me babbling about my birthday and me showing some really great books, stuff that you don't normally see. So definitely come out to my birthday. Wish me a happy birthday. Just a, just a small ask. And thanks again. One sec here. Yeah, so my friend Falco, this is his other channel, he sent me a gift. And the funny thing is, it arrived at my old location as I left, so I didn't get to see it. So he sent me a birthday box. I'm really appreciative of the fact that he sent me a birthday box, and I can't actually get to it. So, so it's kind of annoying. So my wife has it, which is probably the worst person in the world to have my comics, but she has this box of comics that he gave to me, and hopefully I'll get it probably in March at the way things are going. But yeah, so yeah, so not for my birthday, but kind of fun. So yeah, if you Instagram me, I can give you my address if you're really interested. But yeah, I'm basically, yeah, I can send you my physical address if you really want. So yeah, so my address is it's really cool. So in my previous house, we had like a box, like, you know, like one of those like super boxes where, you know, like have everybody mailboxes are all together. Because of where I live, it's a very exclusive neighborhood. This new location, like a lot of famous politicians are like literally my neighbors, like diplomats and stuff like that. We get mail delivered to the house, so it's really cool. Like I get mail actually delivered to the house. It's like kind of like unusual for me to get that experience, where I've always had it where I had to go to the mailbox, you know, the post office to get my mail. But now this house, they come to the house. So yeah, it's quite good. So that's my new location kind of style here. I collect records and monsters, not comics. But I do like your channel. Cool. So maybe I'll show some. I don't have many records, but I do have some monster stuff. I have like a lot of monster magazines. So if you ever want to see some cool monster magazines, I have a really great monster collection of monster magazines. So definitely I can show that. If you ever ask me on my Wednesday video to show some monster stuff, I'll definitely show you some cool monster stuff. So yeah, so that's it. I appreciate everyone for coming, and thanks for your time. Thanks for watching the channel, and bye for now. Bye everyone. Oh, actually, getting post to your address is your normal address over here. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so bye everyone. Okay.